Have you ever left a doctor's office and thought, I'm not sure I believe that? So you rush to Google for answers, and you are becoming increasingly worried at what you find. Sound familiar? You're not alone. I'm Dr. Angela Mailis, and today we are diving into something we see all the time: doctor versus Google, and why trust is so important when you are in pain. Let me tell you a true story. A few years ago, a young man came to see me after a small surgery in his arm. A few weeks later, he started feeling a strange tingling near the scar, and he was really worried. He brought in my office a giant stack of papers he printed from the internet. I mean, thick, like an old-school phone book. He had researched everything from nerve damage to rare cancers. I listened, examined him carefully, explained what was going on, ruled out the scary stuff, and gave him a simple cream to help with nerve sensitivity. And it worked. His pain improved, his mood was lifted, and he was so relieved. But a year later, he returned. He said, "Doctor, what about if you miss something? What if I have that rare nerve condition my neighbor had?" We had already ruled that out long ago. I had explained that clearly, but he still didn't believe me. He wanted more tests and another hour of explanations. I finally said, "I don't think you trust me, and if this is how you feel, I think you should really find another specialist." He paused, looked surprised, and apologized. He asked me not to give up on him. I did not. 10 years later, he still sees me every year, and he's just doing great. This is not just one story. It happens all the time. And while it is great to ask questions and be informed, here is what we often see as doctors. People Google their symptoms, and the results include the worst-case scenario, like neurological diseases, cancer, or other serious problems. Even if the chance is tiny, that idea sticks in the mind, and it creates so much unnecessary stress. The truth? A skilled doctor with a proper history and physical exam can often rule out the serious stuff quickly. Will only ask for special tests when needed. But when patients are overwhelmed by what they read online, they sometimes push for testing that is not needed. This can lead to pressuring the doctor, higher healthcare costs, and in some cases, even harm. In our last episode, we talked about doctors who don't listen. Today, we flipped it around because sometimes it's the patient who is not listening. So what's the solution? It's all about trust and teamwork. Doctors need to explain things clearly, but patients should feel safe enough to ask questions and also listen. And we all need to remember that medicine is both a science and a relationship. Let's be real. The internet is full of good information, but also lots of misinformation. Dr. Google can't replace a trained eye, a thoughtful exam, and a doctor who knows you. The goal is not to win an argument, it's to help you heal. And that only happens with mutual respect. Have you ever Googled your symptoms and ended up more stressed or confused? Share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear it. If this video helped you, give it a like, hit subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss our next episode. See you next time on the Pain and Wellness Health Channel.